Tell Us Another One is brought to you by Mad Marco Enterprises. Show idea, concept and design by Marco Liberati. Please enjoy the show. Cheers!
Tell Us Another One, a show with tall tales, jokes and antidotes. And now please welcome your host, Marco Liberati.
Thank you. Beautiful, nice, warm round of applause from our Tell Us Another One audience. Thank you guys for coming out, supporting the show, and thank you for watching at home. We've got a great show lined up today. We've got some great Melbourne local comedians coming on stage to join us. Before they do come on, I've got a little monologue I'd like to share with you guys. I've been listening to the TV and radio and news, and I've been hearing this commercial, and it's the police with the 000 commercial, and they've got this new phone number. Have you guys heard this one? So what they do is they're telling us all, in case of an emergency, if it's life-threatening, call 000. Otherwise, call 131 444. Have you heard this one? If you need the police but not the sirens, 131 444. And they give you examples. You know, for example, if your home's been broken into, if your property's been stolen, call 131 444. And this is to free up the emergency services, free up the 000 emergency lifeline. A great commercial, but I think it needs a bit of improvement. And I think it needs to be a bit more relatable. So this is how I think the commercial should go. So if your home's been broken into and your property's been stolen, you probably live in Caroline Springs or Frankston. If you want to retrieve your property, don't call us. Go to your local cash converters. Yeah? It's good. Thank you. If you've come home to find a druggo is eating your food and shit on your carpet, call your mates to come around and tell them to take your shit and piss off. That's good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. This is going a lot better than I first expected. This is great. Here's some more examples. I've got some more. I hope you like these ones. If your car's been stolen, why did you park it at the train station in St Albans? If you're on the street and you've been approached by a meth head on ice, you probably live in Keilor Downs or Sunshine West. Go and do your shopping in the next suburb or town. This has been a community service announcement, so only call 000 in a life-threatening situation. Otherwise, don't call us, just leave us alone. There you go. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, guys. This is really good. I'm enjoying this. That went really well. Thank you. Thank you for your round of applause and your kind support. This is awesome. If you can please share that same support and warm round of applause for our first special guest comedian. Our next segment is Joke Off. And joining me in Joke Off is Warrick Sutton.
G'day, mate.
Warrick, how you going?
I'm well, thanks for asking.
Welcome to Tell Us Another One.
Thank you.
There you go. You've made it to the stage.
I have,
Awesome.
thank you.
And we're going to do a Joke Off segment. You have a couple of jokes prepared?
I do, I got 3.
You've got 3?
I do.
Oh, bonus round. All right. Normally do a couple of jokes, but let's do a third one. Why not?
Thank you.
Do you want to kick things off?
I do, thank you very much.
Excellent.
There's a couple that had a set of twins, set of boys, and they swear like you cannot believe, and they've been kicked out of every school except one, and they've tried everything with these kids except violence. And the father comes down in the morning and says to his wife, look, I've had it with these kids. The first swear word that comes out of their mouth, I'm going to knock the shit out of them. She says, all right. So the twins come down, and he says to the first one, or the mother says to the first one, what would you like for breakfast? And he says, I think I'd like some fucking pancakes. The father jumps over and hits him and headbutts him, grabs him by the hair, head into the fridge, gives him a good working. And he turns around to twin number 2. He says, and what do you want for breakfast? He says, not fucking pancakes. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. Well done. Just come on over, mate. That's it. Excellent. That's great.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank
That's
you.
what it's all about. You know, we share some jokes, people hear them, and hopefully you guys share them with your friends and your family and your dad. Yeah, awesome. That's great. I've got a little joke about Hamish, who lives in Scotland and he's decided he's going to try his luck and come to Australia and have a fresh start. So this young man has made his way over to Australia. He's found himself a little unit in a complex, and he's in there and he's settled himself in, and he gets a phone call from his mum. And his mum checks up on Hamish to see how he's going, how he's settling in. And he goes, "Oh yeah, Mum, I'm settling in okay, but I'm surrounded by all these weirdos. You know, I've got a lady next to me, and she just moans and groans all day long. And I've got another lady on the other side, and she just screams and yells all day. And I've got another man, and he just bangs his head on the wall all day long." And she says to her son, "Oh, you know, don't associate with these people. Maybe stay inside, keep to yourself." He goes, "Oh yeah, Mum, I am. I stay home all day and just play my bagpipes." There you go, that'll do it.
Nice, very nice. Nicely done.
Hey, thank you. It's over to you.
Okay. Knock, knock. Interrupting cow. Moo.
Short and sweet, I like it.
Thank you, thank you.
Very good. Alrighty, this is one about two crocodiles, and they're in the swamp, and there's a small crocodile and a large crocodile. And the small crocodile goes over to the large crocodile and goes, "Mate, I don't get it. We're the same age, we grew up together, when we were growing up we were the same size, but look at you, you're huge, you're almost twice the size of me. How is that possible?" And the big crocodile says, "Well, what are you eating? Maybe it's your diet. Because same as you, politicians." So he goes, "Righto." He goes, "So where are you getting them from?" He goes, "I'll just swim upstream to Parliament House and I'll go over to the car park, I'll wait underneath one of their cars. When they come out to unlock their car, grab them by the legs, shake them like hell and eat them." And the big crocodile goes, "Ah, there's your problem. You're missing out on all the nutrients. You see, when you shake the shit out of a politician, there's nothing left but a briefcase and parachute." There you go.
Nicely done. Lovely.
You got one more for us?
I have.
Take it home. What have you got?
Okay. There's a gentleman named Farmer Smith, and he's got an older female pig, a sow, and he wants to get her pregnant one more time before she can't do it anymore. So he calls up his mate down the road, and another farmer, and he says, "Can I bring her down?" And he says, "No worries," because he's got an older boar there and can service her. And he goes to walk her down, but she's a bit fat in her old age, so he's having trouble, so he puts her in a wheelbarrow. Takes her down there. They get into, they do the act. He puts her back in the wheelbarrow and he says to his mate, Farmer Brown, he says, "How will I know if she's pregnant?" He said, "Well, she'll be eating grass." He said, "What if she's not pregnant?" He said, "She'll be rolling in the mud." So he heads back, puts her back in her pen, gets up early in the morning, looks out the window, and she's rolling in the mud. Calls up Farmer Brown again and says, "Look, it didn't work. Can I come down?" He said, "No worries." Puts her in the wheelbarrow, heads down there, they do it, puts her back in the wheelbarrow, brings her home. Gets up in the morning, she's in the mud. This goes on for 6 months. He gets up and says, "Look," to the wife, he said, "I'm going to do it one more time." And that's it. Puts her in the wheelbarrow, takes her down there. The boar services that sow, puts her in the wheelbarrow, brings her home. Gets up in the morning, says to his wife, "I can't bear to look. Have a look out the window. Is our pig in the mud?" She said, "No." And he said, "Shit hot. Finally, it's worked. She must be eating grass." And she says, "No, she's not." He said, "What's she doing?" She said, "She's sitting in the wheelbarrow."
Ready to go. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barry. All right, big round of applause for Warrick Sutton. Excellent. Thank you.
You've got to be kidding me. What an absolute nutter. Oh, right, that's it. Not having any of that. What a maniac. Driving like an absolute madman. This is the police. Pull over. Pull over in the name of the law. This is the police. Pull over. Pull over, you fucking nutter. Right. Okay, let's see what this is all about then, shall we? This will be interesting.
What?
Oh, hello, driver.
Hello, officer.
Licence, please.
I mean, what's the meaning of all this?
You're driving like an absolute nutter, so could you please produce your licence?
I mean, I don't understand you lot. Yesterday you pulled me over, another constable takes my licence off me. I mean, how do you expect me to show it to you? What do you want me to do? Pull it out my arse and wrap it out my hat? Like, I mean, I just don't understand.
It's going to be a long day, isn't it?
Yeah, I tell you what, it's going to be a long day if you keep pulling me over every 2 seconds. Yeah, it's going to be a long day. I mean, just let me go. Just let me go to where I've got to be. Instead of pulling me over every 2 seconds. I mean, what, you're a robot? I mean, is there really something? I mean, are you even human? Pulling me over.
Shumps Lager, please.
Coming right up. There you go. Anything else?
Nuts would be good too, please.
How you going, darling?
I ordered nuts, didn't expect this.
Oh, looks like a special order.
You look like a special order. You mind getting in those pants?
That's very sweet, but we've already got one asshole in here.
Well played, young lady. Well played.
Welcome to Children's Games for Adults. Hop. Scotch. When we were kids, we played a ball game called Brandy. This is the adult version. Apparently, there's a card game called Gin Rummy. My version, Gin Rummy. Apparently, it's first to 100. That's a pretty big ask, but I reckon the rum's gonna win it. Another good game to play is hide and... Ready or not, here I come. And drink. Oh, you found me. And when you tire of children's games, you can get out into the garden. Skull. 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 And another good game to play at the end of the day usually takes a little while because you can't have your friends around. You have to play this on your own. But what you do is you get your alcohol and you hide it in various places of the house and then you count to 30 and then you try and find it. It's a good game and it can take ages. Thanks for watching and you're welcome.
And now it's time for our stand-up comedian to come up on stage, our special guest stand-up comedian. And joining us for our stand-up segment, you've seen him earlier in Joke Off and you're going to see him again. Please welcome to the stage, Warrick Sutton.
Righto. Look, during lockdown, I went to one of those pop-up testing stations and said, "Well, go on, pop it up there." They said, "What are your symptoms?" I said, "Loneliness and curiosity." Afterwards, they said, "We'll text you in a couple of days." I said, "No, you won't." Thank you. Drug amnesty bins have been trialled at music festivals. They're those big bins you can throw your illicit drugs into before you reach the gates. I think they're a good idea, but they do need to make them easier to climb back out of. Let's see, I bought a brand new motorbike and the manual said to keep it under 40 k's an hour for the first 200 k's, so I just went round the block for a week. But there's 2 primary schools on my street, so I'm now on the sex offenders watch list. They must have been like, hello police, some guy is doing lap after lap of our school. They're like, oh really, what's he look like? Dizzy. My flatmate thinks he's a koala. He sleeps all day, never drinks water, and I'm pretty sure he's got chlamydia. Let's see, I'm from Frankston, home of the Frankston treasure hunt, where everyone gets up in the morning and tries to find a job. And Frankston's a rough place, everyone knows that. Just last week someone came in my bedroom and smashed a bottle over my head. I said, Mum! She said, dinner's ready. I said, did you have to smash a bottle over my head? She said, I couldn't get the lid off. Let's see. I'm an overeater. I eat too much, which my doctor tells me is bad for my health, but I'm not so sure. Because I was out the front of the pub last night and a guy punched me in the mouth. But luckily I was taking a bite of a souvlaki at the time. The whole souvlaki got pushed into my mouth. I didn't really know what to do, so I just kept chewing. He threw another punch at me, but luckily I'd unwrapped and was taking the first bite of a hamburger that I got with the souvlaki. The entire hamburger ended up in my mouth. The guy just stared at me in disbelief, so I stared back as I kept chewing. He said, you're giving me the shits. I said, you're giving me indigestion. He said, I'm going to knock you out this time. I said, I got 4 crab sticks that says you fucking won't. My attacker became enraged and tried to sodomise me, uninvited like. But luckily I thought fast and crammed up my back hole with a dim sim that I got with the crab sticks, hamburger and souvlaki. Okay, 2 dim sims. All right, you got me at 3. I was driving through Frankston and the police stopped me and asked for ID. So I produced a wallet. They said, this is not your ID. I said, well, it's not my wallet. They said, whose ID is it? I said, the guy in the picture. They said, what are you doing with his wallet? I said, it came with his car. They said, well, where is he now? I said, I don't know, probably looking for his wallet. Oh, thank you very much. Great to be here tonight. Thanks for having us, Marco. Lovely crowd. We'll do a few more. All right. My lovely girlfriend, Kelly, is here tonight, and we booked into a ghost tour. But when we got there, the tour operator said, you're not on the list. I said, well, who took my booking? She said, I don't know, and I thought, shit, the tour started already. Let's see. I like the Bible. Gives me a warm feeling, but it doesn't last. Then I've got to throw another one on. Come on, let it out, that's all right. The Jehovah's Witnesses came to my door with a box of pamphlets last winter. They said, would you like one? I said, I'm freezing, I'll take the fucking lot. The Bible claims that Jesus will return to earth, but it's been 2,000 years, not even a phone call. Fucking tradesman. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. In the city, you never know who's going to rob you, but in Frankston, you know them. It's Cousin Billy. Hey. If you've ever been to a Frankston cricket match, you'd know there's no cricket bat. Sorry, no cricket ball. Just 22 fuckers with cricket bats. Yeah, I was at one yesterday. I'm still fucking traumatised. Let's see. I was at Frankston Magistrates Court and they ordered I attend a strict drug and alcohol program, which I thought was ironic, because being on a strict program of drugs and alcohol was the reason I was caught in the fucking first place. Frankston's often seen in the wrong light, daylight. Let's see, Frankston's got its own music festival, but cannabis is prohibited. We call it a day off the green. Let's see, all Australians are concerned about melanoma, but not in Frankston. We're used to dangerous moles. Let's see, yeah. I'm an insomniac as well. I have trouble sleeping. And I was complaining to this old lady at the op shop. I said, I haven't slept in 3 days. She said, you must be rooted. And I said, well, all right, if you reckon you got time. All the while thinking to myself, so this is why they call it an opportunity shop. I said, jump up on one of those beds and make your body into the shape of one of the letters of the alphabet. She said, why? I said, that'll work. Let's see. I was up in New South Wales a few years ago for the floods. My girlfriend and I were there, and I said to her, I'm going to go down to the local cattery and get all the cats out and tie them together and make us a raft. She said, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. I said, catamaran? Thank you. Nigella Lawson is always trying to make food sexy, but I wish she'd cut it out. Because last time I watched a full episode, I tried to fuck a croissant. You got me. Let's see. When people meet my dear old dementia-suffering grandmother, they're touched inappropriately. I got a memory pillow. Every time I walk in the bedroom, my pillow's like, I remember you. You've been an absolute wonderful crowd. See you next time. Thank you. I'm Warrick Sutton.
One more time for Warrick Sutton. That draws a close to the end of the show, so we'd just like to say thank you all for coming out and being part of our live studio audience. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you at home for tuning in. We'd also like to thank the Dandenong Club for putting on such a fine venue, letting us perform our show here. Thank you, Dandenong Club. And our bar jokes are brought to you by Sea Chicken Wines. Thank you. Street jokes brought to you by Ready Set Frost. And Show Us Another One brought to you by Liberati Therapy. And also we're raising funds for Heart Kids. So if you guys like to give us a kind, generous donation at the end of the night, the tin will be over there by the door. Pop some money in and support Heart Kids, one of our favourite charities. And another way you can support Heart Kids, you can buy a children's book. Mark the Magnificent, that's me. And proceeds go to Heart Kids. So for $10, if you've got a niece, nephew, a daughter, granddaughter, buy a book. They'll love it. It's all about the adventures from Magic Land to a special party. And there's challenges all along the way, and we overcome challenges using magic the same way Heart Kids overcome their challenges. So anyway, thank you. It's time to say goodnight, and remember, be good and good things happen. Good night. Thank you.